Good morning. How are you this morning? It's early here. It is 6:08. Jeremy left a few minutes ago. Well, he's left. Gosh, he's been gone. He's been gone a while. I'm fixing to get ready to go to work. It's kind of chilly this morning. I guess it's been kind of chilly the last. No, I don't know. Yesterday didn't feel quite as chilly as it is today, but I got the door open because the dogs have been running in and out. As soon as I sit down and start talking, they start barking. So sometimes it takes me a time or two to get the videos going because they're barking. I guess it's when I start talking because they do it sometimes when Jeremy calls and I've got him on speakerphone. Sometimes they'll do that too. So, just got breakfast done. We had leftovers. I made some eggs to go with the little pigs in blanket things that we made last night, and I still have 2 left, so that's probably gonna be my lunch today too. I'll keep eating them. They were pretty good. I had some croissant dough. I think I told you that last night. I had some croissant dough in there that I needed to use up, and then that smoked sausage, and I had some Swiss cheese, just a few slices of Swiss cheese in the fridge, and so I put those in there and rolled them up in the thing. Those are pretty good. So I don't know if I've ever done them like that before. At least not with Swiss cheese that I can remember anyway. So got that done. Had breakfast. I've got it. Well, I was gonna say I've got it picked up off the table, but I don't. My plate is still sitting here. See, look, there's one of the pieces left. I couldn't finish that one, so puppies will have a snack here in a few minutes. Actually, I've already given them a couple little pieces, but Frank's not allowed to have the bread, so I picked the bread off of his, and Stella and Artie get it. Which there's not a ton on there, so if he had a little bit, I don't think it would hurt him, but he's doing good, so I don't want to do that. I was telling Jeremy after watching these videos back and doing the editing and stuff on them, I just get disgusted with myself with the weight that I've put on. You know, you feel it. I feel it in my clothes and stuff like that. But then when you see it on video, and what's bad is, you know, there's days that I get dressed and I think, well, I don't look too bad, you know, and then I see the video back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to do something. And so with Frank on this diet, and I mean, we've been really strict with him. And I was telling Jeremy the other day, I said that's what I need. I need somebody that feeds me, that I have no choice. I mean, he has no choice. He either gets the little bit of food and we buy him the higher protein food that doesn't have all the stuff in it, and we're really watching whatever he gets for little snacks and stuff through the day. So I said, that's what I need, is somebody that puts out my little bowl of food and that's all I'm allowed to have. And I don't get anything else. And then maybe I would lose some weight. But oh well. Someday, right? Anyway, we've been talking about going back on a diet. Jeremy really likes to do carnivore, and I don't mind it, but the meat, eating all that meat really gets to me. I don't know. I don't care for it as much as, so I told him, I said, well, you know, he's kind of come up with his own term. We call it ketovore, where he can do a little bit more keto, and I'll add in just a few veggies and stuff to mine just to kind of make up the difference. Still leave out, you know, the white potatoes and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't know. I've done all those crazy strict diets. You know that. Done all those crazy strict diets throughout my life, and I've said many times, you know, they all work. Every diet out there works. It's just finding the one that fits you better. And I don't know, through the years, I've just there's a place for meat. There's a place for vegetables. There's a place for carbs. There's a place for fat. You know, there's there always seems to be these diets that demonize one particular thing, whether it's fat or carbs or, whatever. And I don't know. I've gotten to where I don't believe that anymore. I think that has probably hurt us more than anything else by demonizing these things. I really think it comes down to how our food is produced. I think it's all the additives and all the engineering that has gone into our food that has really gotten us. And I've been kind of watching some videos and stuff on using fresh milled flour, and I'd really love to do that. Well, and now with going to work, I just don't know that I'd have the time to do it. But I had been looking into it and reading about what happens to our flour when it's processed the way it is. And it's kind of like raw milk. People have demonized milk for so long, and when you read what all is removed from the milk, in the processing, well, no wonder we all have issues with milk, and there's so many lactose intolerant. And I'm not saying that there's not people that, obviously there are people that just have a legitimate, thing, but I don't know. I think that some of it is, I don't know. I think some of it is engineered. I don't want the videos to get, I don't want to get banned or anything for saying something wrong, but I really feel like there's, God created this stuff for us to eat and drink and things like that. And I think we have messed with them to where they're no longer healthy for us. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Pretty deep for early on a Tuesday morning, isn't it? But anyway, so I've really, I don't know, I've just had this real bad opinion of these diets here lately, of the ones that they cut out everything but, something, or there's one thing that is just looked at as evil, like the carbs, don't want to have carbs, or fat, you can't have fat, and I don't know. I just don't want to, I don't want to do that. So anyway, all of that to say, these videos have made me see how much I have to look at it every day to see how much weight I've actually gained, all this in my neck, and anyway, everywhere. It's all over, but I really see it in my face. And I guess those were, I'm walking away and stuff and I can see a full body thing and I'm like, oh my God, it's so bad, so bad. Oh well, this is what I look like. I can't hide it. It's just what I look like. I'm just going to have to do something about it. So anyway, we've been talking about, he's been complaining that, sitting at the desk all day long and so much driving that he's doing that he's putting on weight and stuff too. So, or he feels like it. I actually don't see it in him. But I told him, I said, you're the one that is the judge of that. You feel it in your clothes long before I see it. So I guess I could see that he's put on a few pounds over the past couple of years, because there for a while he got really thin. But anyway, so we're talking about going back on carnivore, and we were actually saying that, Passover would be a great time to start it, because we're getting rid of all the stuff in the house anyway. We're going to go that week without the bread. And that's what I was getting at when I was talking about the bread is, I really don't think that there's an issue necessarily with eating bread and the carbs. I think it's just the flours and the way things are manufactured today. Sorry, my nose is just itching, and I feel like I've got like a little hair or something that's just constantly tickling right there. But anyway, so I thought about, getting some wheat berries and grinding my own wheat and learning how to make bread out of that. And I've watched one girl on YouTube quite a bit, and she's gotten to where she does it a lot. She's using it a lot. There's a lot of people out there that do it, but anyway, and doing some sourdoughs and things like that are just a little healthier for us instead of the store-bought white bread, which is Jeremy's favorite. He loves Sunbeam is the brand, his favorite brand. He loves Sunbeam, and just the processed white bread. It is good though, but anyway, but just kind of cutting back on stuff, thinking about cutting back and exercising a little more. We have a little thing in here that we've used several times and it works. It's a great workout, and it's only 15 minutes or so a day, and it's a great workout. I don't know why we don't do it. We just get lazy and just don't. And we were discussing last night, should we do that? And then Jeremy has downloaded an app. He's actually paying for it. We've been paying for it for like a month now, I think maybe even longer than that, for just little workouts. They're like chair workouts. That's what it's called, but we've done them several times and haven't used a chair yet. I don't know why they call them chair workouts. I mean, they're actually pretty easy workouts, and we work up a sweat, but it's really a lot more stretching and things like that, which I definitely think would help. But anyway, so we were discussing, do we start those back up, or would we benefit from doing like a membership somewhere where if we're paying for it, we'd feel a little bit more forced to go? But in all honesty, we were sitting there talking about it, and both of us kind of at the same time were saying, I think we'd just be disgusted that we have tied ourselves into a contract somewhere and we're not going. It's something else we're paying out and not using. So I don't know. I don't know if we'd do that either. So we've got to do something. I don't want to just sit in a chair all day long and just start packing on the weight. And I know that I will. And I've taken some granola bars and some little crackers and stuff like that up there to work too. And so, there's times that I just get snacky. And so I'm just sitting and eating. So I've got to get those out of there. I don't have a lot up there, but I do have a few things up there. I need to be a little bit pickier about what I take up there for snacks. I mean, I need to just go to the store and buy me a package of grapes or some, cheese to go with that cracker, something like that that's a little more filling and not just sitting there eating crackers and pretzels and stuff like that, granola bars. So I did buy me some yogurt and granola, and I have a few of those up there. So I guess that's not too bad. And I mean, it's just those little individual yogurts. So I don't think, and then, a little, not even a handful of granola. So anyway, I need to go on a diet. I need to cut back and do something and take off some of this weight. I don't think I'll ever be skinny. I don't think I'll ever be accused of being skinny, but I would like to be less than what I am now. I don't want to put it all back on after losing so much. I don't want to put it all back on. So anyway, but still, today's another day that don't have anything planned. We have to get out there. We're going to have to do it today or tomorrow. Actually, we may have to do it tonight because now I think he changed it. So we've got the guy, I told you that we've got the guy coming over, the one that helps us do some yard work. And he's going to put the fencing, the chicken wire around the bigger pen that we've got for the chickens. And he was going to be here on Thursday. Well, then it seems like Jeremy said something last night about him coming tomorrow. I think what he said is he's going to come do some of the yard work tomorrow. And then Thursday he'll be here to do the pen. But we told him that we would move the pen. It's sitting over beside my little red building. So we have to get it over there and at least into the backyard by the chicken pen where we're going to put it. We told him we'd get it over here. So we've got to get out there and get that done. And it's big. I've already got it. It's put together. It's big. I want to say it's a 10 by 20, I think is what it was. A 10 by 20. Something like that. I don't know. It might not. I don't know. I mean, it's basically the size of one of those large greenhouse things. And it's just the frame, the metal frame is put together out there. Because we were originally going to put it out there where it's at. And then we decided to move the chickens into the yard so that I could let them out and let them run a little bit. So I've got to get it from out there. And the hard part is going to be it comes in at the far end of the yard where the garden is. And I don't know if it's going to fit to get it through that little walkway in my garden. So we may have to take it apart in two pieces. And there are some of the pieces that fit together with the little thing that's on a spring that you push it and it comes through the little hole. I don't know what that's called. Anyway, so the little push button, that's what I call them, the little push button things. And if we can get it all apart, but what I'm thinking is the two bottoms are the push button, but the top is a screw. So we may just have to like unbolt one thing and move it in two pieces. So anyway, we may have to get out there and do that this evening. I'll have to, excuse me, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to Jeremy sometime today and find out. So we may have to do that tonight, but I'm excited to get that done. So once he gets it moved over to the spot, and I'm so silly. I got Goldie all moved and her eggs moved and all that stuff. And I think she's fine where she's at. She hasn't kicked out any more eggs. She's got her 6. And so hopefully she's happy with the 6 and won't do that again. But where she's at, where that pen is where I was going to put the big pen. So I don't know what we're going to do. I don't want to move her again. My original idea was to put the big pen. It's dark out there now, so it'd be easier if I just showed you. And I may do that tonight, explain what I'm wanting to do, or just wait until you see it. But my original idea was put the bigger pen over to the side, and then I'm going to do a chicken tunnel. No matter where it's at, I'm going to do a tunnel from the back of the pen that they're in now to the new pen, so that they are completely protected from one side to the other, and they've got a little bit of a run, to get out and have more room. And the hawks and stuff are just they're really bad around here. Although we really haven't had any trouble here. At the last house we did, the hawks got several of our chickens. And we really don't, I think we've got enough tree coverage here that they're a lot more protected here. But when they run the yard, if I could keep them just to the back half of the yard, I would let them run all the time. I'd have a pen up there just so that they had a place to go lay their eggs and a place to go roost at night. But otherwise, I would let them run the yard every day. I like it. They keep the bugs down. They keep the edges kind of cleaned up and stuff like that. The only thing I would have to is make sure my garden was fenced off, because I can tell you that they love peppers. And I got a few peppers last year. And I got enough to actually can some too. But I know that I would have had a huge harvest of peppers. I would have been just overrun in peppers last year, but they like them. And every time they'd get, this big, they would completely clean all of my plants up. So I would have to make sure that that's fenced off. But, we were sitting out here the other day and I said, we watched a video, and I can't remember if I've told you on this or not, but I was telling somebody the other day. So if I don't think it was you, but it may have been. Anyway, was watching a video, and I've seen tons of those. I love watching the videos of the herding dogs when they're herding the sheep and stuff like that. They're so cool. Those are such smart dogs. And I watched a video the other day of it must have been some kind of a contest. I don't know what kind of contest it was, but they were in an arena. And there were 2 dogs and a bunch of ducks. There are black ducks and white ducks, just all running all over. There had to have been probably 20 or so of each color. And those dogs worked those ducks back and forth. And within 5 minutes, they had them separated. They had one side over here had all the white ducks, and the black ducks were on the other side. And I'm like, I didn't even know they could do that. I mean, I knew they could herd all the cattle and sheep and stuff like that, but I've never seen that before. I thought that was so cool. And the other day I was thinking we've been wanting a yard dog. And I thought, why can't you get a dog, a sheep dog or a herder dog, or I don't know what kind of dog that is, and train them to keep the birds in the back part of the yard. If they can separate black and white ducks, surely they can keep them out of one part of my yard. So anyway, we've been talking about that. I don't even know how you train them to do that. I don't know how it's done or anything, but if I had something like that, if I had a little dog that would keep them out of my yard and run them back up to the top, and Mia would have been such a good dog. For those of y'all that if anybody watches this video, Mia was my daughter's dog that we had here. They were in the process of a big move, and we had her here for, I think it was a year, a little over a year actually. And oh my gosh, she would have been a good one. She liked to herd the animals, although she liked to chase them too. And so we had to get onto her a couple times for chasing. But my alarm just went off. It's time to get up. Anyway, we had to get onto her a couple of times for chasing them. But she would have been a good one had we been able to train her. But she just was killed. She's just a few weeks ago, and that one's been a heartbreaker. Sure miss her, but anyway, she would have been a really, really good one to teach how to do that. I think she would have been good at it. So maybe another one like her. And I think Keely said she was a Boykin, something like that. Something like that. And anyway, so we've been talking about that, which reminds me again. See all these little bunny trails. When we were at the parade the other day, they had the big festival going on, and so we walked through the thing, and they had it's called Bark, BARC, I believe is how it's spelled, but it's a pet adoption thing. And we went up there, and they had 2 dogs. Well, they had a bunch of dogs, and they were all just sweet as they could be. But they had 2 that we both we absolutely loved them. One's name was Bear, and the other one, it was an odd name for a dog anyway. I want to say it was Rowan, something like that. I may be saying it wrong, but it was something like that. Bear was a black, they were both kind of a mix, but Bear looked more of like a black lab. He had more of a black lab kind of look to him. He was a year old, and he loved Jeremy. He just followed him. They were all in cages, so they couldn't get out, but Jeremy would walk by, and I mean, he just followed him. He really liked him, and oh man, we went over and pet him and loved on him and stuff. And then Rowan was an Australian shepherd, and I think he was a mix too, but he had the one blue eye and one brown eye. Pretty. Oh, he was so pretty. But they said he was very protective. He was 2. And he was very protected. They had to watch him around the other dogs, and they didn't recommend him going to a home with small children, cats, or really any other dogs, but especially small dogs. And we're like, well, that's out. Might have been able to train him out of that, but he definitely, he was, don't know what his, but she said that when they got him, he was a rescue, and he was just skin and bones, and has become very protective of his food and his things. And he would go after anybody that got near it. So they said he gotten better, but they didn't want to send him to anybody with, he's an only child. So we weren't going to be able to get him either. But oh, he was so sweet. He was so sweet. He loved being petted and stuff like that. But I think Jeremy was pretty tempted to bring home Bear anyway. But we didn't. We just, with 3 already and bringing home a 4th right now, especially not knowing about the house sale and everything. Because if we do sell, we're pretty sure that we're just going to put our stuff in storage and stay in an RV for a little bit because we don't really know where we want to be. So until we find, and we know we want a little bit of land with the shop. So I think we're just going to stay in an RV until we find the right spot, whatever, because I've said, this is it. If we move out of this house, I am done. I'm sick of moving. I want to put down roots. I'm ready. I'm tired of moving. I want something simple. I've had the big house, the big nice house. I don't want this again. I love it. It's beautiful to look at, but it's not me. It's not my lifestyle. It's just not me. So I can say I've been there, done that, and I'm good. And besides that, the biggest thing about this one, it's too big. It's just too big. I mean, we have, I guess you'd call it the great room and the formal dining room. We never even go in there. Well, actually, I take that back. That's not true. Before we put the house on the market, that room is actually way more comfortable to sit in. And I like it better because I have a table beside my chair. I have a chair that has arms on it, and I have a table beside my chair. When we sit in here and watch TV in I call it the drum room because Jeremy's drums are in there, where that brown sofa is that I want to put that blanket on that I still haven't done anything with. It's still basically in the same position it was when I talked to you the other day. So, but when I sit in there, I don't have a table to put, to have a drink beside me. I've got a coffee table, but when I'm sitting back and relaxed, I have to rearrange to get my drink, and I don't like it. And I like having arms where I can rest my arms and stuff like that. So anyway, but that room, we don't use them. I mean, there's no reason to have this much space. There's two of us. And when the kids are all here and the grandkids, what is that? Everybody here maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I'm not, we'll suffer with being crowded for a couple of days out of the year. So there's no sense in having all of that. So anyway, I don't even know where I was going with all that. I get off on my little bunny trails and I've completely lost where I was even going with that. But anyway, I need to get up. I've got to go find me something to wear. I have nothing planned, and I'm pretty sure I am out of everything that does not need to be ironed. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to iron at least a shirt. I'm probably going to wear some pants today because I just don't feel like wearing a dress today. And I don't know. I may get in there and say I don't feel like ironing a shirt because there's probably a dress that doesn't. It's all that fabric. I've got several dresses that are just a fabric that don't have to be ironed. Ooh, excuse me. So I may do that too. I don't know. It's just one of those days. I've sat here and wasted a lot of time just talking. So let's see. It says I've been talking for 28 minutes. And there's probably a lot of this I could edit out. We'll see. I may just leave it all in there and let you enjoy the brain of your daughter. And I blame you. You can blame Bemo. We'll just keep passing it along. I just talk and ramble and go from one subject to another. But anyway, I am going to get up. I'm going to go get dressed and get ready for work. And I will probably see you back this evening. Well, I will see you back this evening. I don't know if I'll see you back at lunch. But we'll see. I love you. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm off to go to work, but I wanted to show you this at 4:30 this morning. When Jeremy left, he came back in and he said, hey, come look at this. So let me show you. I don't know. It doesn't really look like that much on the camera. I don't know. Maybe it does. But one of those giant tree limbs, you can kind of see right there where it broke, fell. It was all of this over here. We're out here at, it's right in front of where we park. So we had to, all of this, all of that had fallen down right here in the driveway. See, we park right there. Anyway, these huge tree limbs, so it 4:30 this morning. We're out here in the dark trying to pick up tree limbs and stuff so he could get out and go to work. So anyway, I just had to show you that. I'm going to work. I love you. I will see you probably this evening. I don't know if I'll talk to you at lunch, but I'll see you this evening at least. Have fun. Hey, Mom. I am finally home. I'm like running like a chicken with my head cut off tonight. I'm running really late. I think Jeremy, he should be home in probably about 20 minutes. I had to run by the store. I'm going to do making a taco salad tonight, and I needed tomatoes and an avocado. So I ran by there and I picked me up some beans, just a few other things. But I figured I'd talk to you while I was trying to get dinner together. Shouldn't take me too long here. Had a fairly uneventful day. I did my icebreaker class or whatever today, just kind of meeting everybody that's in the class. And everybody seemed pretty nice. So, I mean, it's first day. I guess everybody made a good impression anyway. So officially tomorrow starts my training. So I am so hoping that my day goes much faster now that I'll be busy. But today was still much better than yesterday. I think yesterday I just woke up with a bad attitude and it didn't really get a whole lot better as the day went on. So I don't think I have anybody to blame but myself there. I don't think it was anybody else's fault. I was just in a funk yesterday for whatever reason. So, but I got that done. I went out and checked on my chickens and checked on Goldie, and she's doing good. She still has all the eggs. So what does she have? 6 eggs? She had 11. Yeah, she's got 6 eggs. So far so good. She didn't want me in there, so I left her alone. I just walked away and told her fine. Anyway, and so when I came home today, well, actually, I thought about this whenever I edited the video of us going to the dogwood park and stuff, because I had mentioned in there that I had found that big dogwood tree and I took pictures of it. Well, I have looked all through everything. I can't find the picture, the video, nothing. I can't find anything on it. So when I got home today, I stopped to check the mail and I remembered it. And so before I came home, I went to the dogwood park and found the tree again, and I actually took a little bit of video. So I'm going to attach it. It's probably going to be at the end of this video or somewhere in here in this video. I'm going to attach that thing of the dogwood tree. And it was funny because when I went back, I'm like, okay, this tree isn't as big as what I remember, but it's definitely the same tree because it's all by itself, and you can just, it's the same tree. Anyway, but it is still really pretty. The blooms were still on it. And maybe the blooms last longer than what I'm saying. For me, it always felt like that they only lasted like a day or two. Maybe they last a week or two. I don't know, but I know they're not a long time, but they do seem to be sticking around a little bit longer this time. So maybe it's just me that thinks they go by faster. But anyway, yeah, so it wasn't that the big dogwood tree was not on that video because I couldn't find, I don't know. The only thing I can think is that there have been a couple of times when I've been recording and I look down and realize I'm not recording. I'm just talking, and I never told it to start. So I'm thinking that that's what I did there. But I thought I actually took a couple of pictures, still pictures, and I couldn't find anything. So I don't know what I did, unless I deleted them on accident. I don't know. But anyway, I got you a little short video of it. I think it was only like 30-something seconds, but I showed you the video or the tree, and then I got an up close of some of the blooms and stuff. So I will put it on this video. Otherwise, pretty boring day today. I keep saying that, but I mean, it really is. We really didn't do much today. I did come home for lunch for a few minutes. I wasn't here for very long, and then left, and just got home. I just got home a few minutes ago. Like I said, I ran by the store. Not planning on doing anything tonight other than a little bit of cleanup and stuff. I bought me some grapes and some stuff to make me salads for lunch for the next couple of days. I'm just I'm just feeling really blah, and I need to do something, and just sitting in a desk and eating all day is not cutting it. So, or not all day, but when I do eat, it's not good. So try to get something that's a little bit healthier. So I got me some grapes to snack on. I'm gonna take a few of those to work, and the salad stuff for lunch, which I didn't need much, mainly the tomatoes, and I bought me some lunch meat. I like to slice up the lunch meat in it, and then I'm gonna boil me some eggs because I like that. And olives. I love. Oh man, I should have got some mushrooms. I like fresh mushrooms in it too, and I don't have any. Darn it, I should have gotten those, but that's okay. I'll do without it. A little bit of cheese, and I'm good. I like ranch dressing. I'm very simple. I like ranch dressing. Although I have found a couple of recipes for some homemade stuff, and I have a little bit of ranch dressing that's store-bought that's in my refrigerator. I'm going to use that, but I prefer the homemade. So once that's gone, I'm just going to make some more and have the homemade without all the extra junk in it there too. That's about it today. I mean, it's been a pretty simple day. So this one may be a relatively short video, which is fine. I mean, I guess you don't necessarily need the long ones all the time, but I talked to Keely today at lunch for a few minutes, and she sent me I can't talk and do this at the same time. I don't know why. I'm not counting or anything. Definitely can't do something and count at the same time. But anyway, I talked to Keely today at lunch, and I was asking her about these videos and stuff because I just feel like they're long and I'm very winded and stuff. And I mean, she did tell me that some of them were long, but not like in a bad way. But she said, well, I feel like you're talking to me too, so I need to start addressing it. Mom, Dad, Keely, and then anybody else that comes along that wants to listen. Anyway, she sent me a message, I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, that said she bought me something on Amazon. So then today at lunch, she called me to ask if I had checked my mail. That's the reason why I stopped to check the mail, because she said my package had been delivered. So yeah, this must be it. So I figured I'd open it on here. Unless it's bad, then I will delete this part of the video. I don't know what it is. I think it's a shirt. Let me see. I think it's a nightgown. It's just spaghetti scratch. It's just a plain white nightgown. But I had been saying the other day, I have this nightgown that I bought on, I'm assuming, I don't know if this is why, but I had bought a little nightgown. I never buy pajamas. Never. And when we went on the cruise, I thought, okay, I can't wear my crappy old, I mean, it's not like I was going out in my pajamas, but I could not go on a cruise with just my old t-shirt and ugly shorts that I've had for probably 5 years. So I bought me pajamas, which are the sets that I think I've had all of them on, honestly, in the videos. I've got one that's black with some pink hearts, and then I've got the peachy colored ones with the lemons on them, and then I have one that's this style that's pink with some black hearts on it. And it is so comfortable. And I'm assuming that that's why she got it. I've talked about needing to find those. So I think that's what it is. But Keely, thank you. And well, you know, now that I'm saying that, it does look like the pajamas. I mean, seriously, it is the same cut and everything. But I was also saying the other day that I needed a slip to wear underneath the dress. It may be a slip. So, Keely, when you see this, you need to call me and tell me, is it pajamas or is it a slip? Because it does not say on here. Honestly, I guess you could use it for either one. It does not say what it is. It just says regular white. Women's regular white. That's all it says. So, thank you, Keely. I love you. Whichever way it is, I could probably wear it for both. I like it. I like it a lot. And yes, it will fit. I'm pretty sure it will fit. I mean, I haven't tried it on, obviously, but it looks like it'll fit. It looks like it'll be baggy, which is what I want. So I'm just going to do lettuce, tomatoes, avocados, onions, the refried beans, a little bit of cheese. What else? Oh, the avocado. I don't know if I said that. I think I said avocado. And I have a little bit of sour cream in there. And I've got some black olives. That's going to be a pretty good salad. That's going to be a pretty good taco salad. So, I'll probably have that for lunch tomorrow if I've got any of the meat left over. So, that's dinner. What are y'all having for dinner? If I had to guess, I'd say you're going to have an apple pie. And maybe that's just what you want for dinner. Or are you still on your chicken and dumpling kick? I know you were liking that there for a while. So that sounds pretty good too. I haven't had that in a while, but it's hot today. It was warm. I think it was 85 or something like that today. It's showing... I think it's showing 84 out there right now, and it's almost 6:30. I mean, the sun's going down. So it was pretty warm today. So, anyway, I can't think of anything else. Nothing exciting has happened today other than these earrings, and I just happened to see that in the camera there. This earring right here, I forgot to put the little backs on them, but they're just the ones with the little hooks. They're just the little hooks like that. See, aren't they cute? These stupid things keep falling out today. And actually, it's just this one right here. And the only thing I could think is that, you know, I'm right-handed. And so is it my, I don't know. Am I moving the mouse and it's moving my head just right or something, that this one keeps working its way out? But I'd just be, you know, at my desk and then it just fall on the floor. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't know why, just this one. This one got, because every time I'd pick this one up, I'd check this one. And a couple of times it was kind of out. But, I mean, it had moved a little bit, but it didn't fall out. So I'm just thinking it had something to do with me moving this arm all the time or something that I'm, maybe I've got a twitch and my head's knocking it out all the time. I don't know. Okay, I think I got the beans done. Or not the beans, the ground meat done. Now I'm gonna do the beans. Okay, Jeremy just got home. He's running the trash can down. Tomorrow's trash day, and we gotta have it out there in the mornings. So we take it down on Tuesday nights, so that we don't have to mess with it, because we've forgotten it before and had to run it out early in the mornings on Wednesdays, and we don't like doing that. So he usually takes it down, and then I bring it back up on Wednesdays when I get home. So anyway, I got the beans done in the meantime, and I'm chopping up the tomato and onion and avocado right quick. So we should be ready. I'm going to fry up a few. Oh, that reminds me, I'm going to fry up a few of the, instead of doing the little fried bowl, we like the little things, but not a whole lot of them. So I'm just going to fry a couple of, I'm going to cut the tortillas and just fry a couple of them, just so we've got a little bit of the crunchy. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's going to be a pretty simple night. We were both saying the other night that, you know, since we go to bed so early, that by the time we get home, I hate going to bed after we've eaten a big meal, because it just sits so heavy on my stomach, you know. And he's been saying the same thing. So we've been talking about we've even talked about just skipping dinner, or maybe snack or something, and just not doing a big dinner. And we may do that every now and then, just not going all out on making a full meal. So, but I think a salad would be fine, especially now that we're getting into summertime and it's hot. And I do have a couple of things I could put in a crock pot so that they're cooking all day long. A roast or something like that, you know. All right. I got onions, tomatoes, and I got the avocado cut. I just keeping it together to try to keep it from turning brown. I think I'm pretty much done. So I'm going to finish up dinner, and then we're going to sit down and watch TV, our usual thing again. And I'll talk to you again here in just a little bit. Okay, Mama, here's the dogwood I promised you. I don't know what happened to the footage the other day, but this is the tree. And it's actually not as big as I remembered it. The other day when we were here, I kept thinking, man, that tree is huge. It is still a big one, but compared to most of the others I see. But this is your dogwood. It's just so pretty. Hey, Mom. Just wanted to come on and tell you good night. We ate dinner and sat in there and watched TV for a little bit. We actually sat in there for a while, probably an hour or so. Our congressman had a town hall that you could call into and listen over the phone. And so we sat in there and listened to the town hall for about an hour, and or maybe a little more than that. Anyway, that was pretty interesting. So we'll listen to that, watched a little bit of TV, and I think we're just going to hit the sack. Both of us are pretty tired. Dinner was really good. Jeremy even said, that's the best meal I've had all day. Just a taco salad was really good tonight. So, pretty easy, quiet night. We got the chicken pen moved, the big one that the guy's going to come close in for us on Thursday. So we got that done, or we got it moved over to where it's going to go. So I'll show you tomorrow. It's dark out there now, so I'll show you tomorrow where we're moving that to. And, and so whatever Keely bought me is not what I showed. I must have bought it. And it was kind of funny because when I was opening it, I was thinking, I had something almost identical to that in my cart. And I thought, well, I must have told Keely about that. Well, apparently I ordered it because that is not what she got me. So I haven't gotten it yet. So whatever she got me is not, I don't have it yet. It may be out in the mailbox now. Actually, she said that it was out there and I haven't been out to check yet. So I will open it probably tomorrow. I know what it is though. So that was not from her. That was all me, and I don't remember ordering it. So I don't know how that happened. I thought that was funny. So other than that, nothing else has happened. Just a quiet night, and which is kind of nice. So we're gonna hit the sack, and I will see you in the morning. I hope you have a good night. I love you. Bye.